Good morning, everybody. Happy Sunday. I'm getting ready to go out to church, and I thought I would show you how I do my raspberry tea lemonade over ice for a hot summer's day pregnancy treat. We have our ice water. Right now, I'm actually going to dump the water and keep the ice. Now I have ice. I'm going to go ahead. I have 2 bags of the raspberry leaf tea in here. I've had it steeping for over an hour, and then I put it in the fridge. First, I go ahead and put this in here because it can still melt some of that ice. Luckily, looks like it didn't melt too much. I'm gonna get a couple more ice cubes real quick. And if you're not using square ice, start. It is amazing, it takes forever to melt. Just gonna go ahead and throw these in here. And then the last part is the lemonade. So I'm gonna toss this in here and then get ready to go. All right, and then here are the church outfits. We got the bump going on. Got this Easter look. The I own cows, but I really don't kind of look. And we have Frank. Frank! Oh, do you got your socks on? Frank has his socks. We're ready to go. All right, we just got done with church. Now we have a pickup order for groceries to pick up. It's currently raining pretty hard outside, really just sprinkling, but I say hard because I forgot to fully roll up the window before my husband took the keys inside. He's grabbing bags right now before coming back down, and I'm hoping that the rain doesn't wreck the car. One of the crazy things that just happened is I just checked my little birth app, and one of the recommendations for this week was to pack the birth bag. That's how close we're getting. We are getting to the pack the birth bag level, which is crazy to me. However, turning 34 weeks this week, which also means in the updates it said, hypothetically, you can start dilating. I'm worried about that. I need to ask my doctor when I go into the hospital this week, because the past couple days I've been having Braxton Hicks and they've been a little painful, like period cramp level painful. So we'll see what happens with that. I also am gonna go check the clearance section of our grocery store when we do the pickup order, because I would die for an apple pie right now. It sounds so good. So good. I was just saying the other day, like, I don't think I've been having too many pregnancy cravings, but apple pie sounds delicious. And to be fair, as I'm saying, I don't have too many pregnancy cravings. I cried 3 days ago because I wanted Subway so bad. So. Hi, hello, welcome back to my kitchen. I feel like I'm in here 90% of the time, and so a lot of my vlogs are also in here, but I love it in here, so welcome. I also changed into some pajamas. Church was amazing today, but that dress is getting a little bit tight on the bump, I'm going to be honest, and this 2-piece set makes me feel like I have it all together, and I don't. It feels very soft though. Interesting thing about this too, a month ago, I actually fit perfectly fine in this. And now, let me adjust the camera so that you can see what we have going on here. I am popping out of the bottom, which cracks me up. Not even sort of fitting in there. But as my husband pointed out to me, it's still a look and it's super duper cute. Today, we are making homemade tomato soup. And I thought I would bring you along with me to cook one of my pregnancy cravings because, oh, is it good. So when I got pregnant, one of the things that was very important to me was maintaining a very healthy, nutritionally balanced lifestyle. But I'm gonna be honest, we are a single family income and we do a couple things to make that work. One of the things, we don't go to Whole Foods, we don't buy everything organic, although it would be awesome if we could someday. We don't do all of the pre-packaged super healthy snacks. Instead, what we do is I just try to cook as much from scratch as possible and use as many whole, organic, raw ingredients as I can. This is one of those meals. It is a total pregnancy craving of mine, but right now, it just looks like a heap of veggies that have been soaked in olive oil and then roasted for a bit. Emphasis on all the garlic. I wish you could smell through the camera right now because you would be watering. Your mouth would be watering. You would want to bite and I would give it to you if you were here. I can't though, so instead I'm just gonna show you what I'm doing. I'm gonna pop this bad boy in the blender, give it a good old shake, blend it together really well, heat it up on the stove with a little bit of cream, and then I'm going to season it to taste. I also am going to cook up 2 of these Italian sausages I have left over. I'm gonna be throwing in some fresh basil in there as well, because basil tomato soup. While I'm doing all of this, I also thought that we'd just catch up for a minute because it's been a hot second. I am 33 and a half weeks pregnant, so baby is the size of a cantaloupe. I went ahead and got that clip there at the grocery store showing the cantaloupe compared to my belly. But this is where we're at with the belly right now. Very happy with the progress little one's making. I have my next non-stress test on Tuesday, and so we will see how baby's doing then. But they're kicking up a storm. All signs are pointing to that things are good. Okay, soup is in the pot. I know it doesn't look the most appetizing, but I swear the flavor is so good. One of the things that I like about this homemade tomato soup, there you are. One of the things that I like about this homemade tomato soup, however, is not only is the flavor so fresh, but the next day I feel so good in my digestion. Little pro tip too. If you're using a blender, rinse it out right away. You will thank yourself later. I'm gonna go ahead and list just what I put in here in the description down below if it looks good to you. Again, this is not an exact science, so I can't give exact measurements with anything. However, it is looking and tasting very good. I'm gonna go ahead and put some black pepper in here, just seasoning it to how I like it to look. I'm a fan of a very peppery tomato soup as well. That started in pregnancy and it's carried on this whole time. Like a little bit of heat, like a good amount of pepper, and then of course we're doing just a little bit of our kosher salt to taste. And I'm gonna mix it all up and see where we're at. Pregnancy-wise, the main symptoms this week that I'm experiencing are a lot, and I mean a lot, of heartburn. I know I'm saying this as I'm making tomato soup and sausages, which are horrible for heartburn. That's a horrible combo. Don't do what I'm doing if you have heartburn as well. However, water at this point gives me heartburn, and I've made peace with it. I really have. As long as I stay under the minimum amount of Tums, I figure I am winning. Life is going good. I am staying very hydrated, which is super important in this summer heat. I've gotten Braxton Hicks a couple times from dehydration, even having drank like 2 of these bad boys in a day. So don't underestimate how much water you need to drink either. That's something I'm learning over and over and over again. And I'm learning it the hard way. I have Bob here. We are gonna settle in for dinner in a minute, but I thought it'd be kind of fun to ask a couple questions related to the pregnancy to Bob, because these vlogs are for you guys, of course. I love sharing with you all and documenting the pregnancy this way, But also, these are kind of my own thing to look back on. I already have gotten kind of nostalgic and watched a couple of my old vlogs when I'm feeling particularly hormonal and emotional and want a good pregnancy cry. And so having things like this on there is fun for me to look back on. It'll be fun for little Bean here, and I'm sure it'll even be fun for Bob if he ever wants to have a hormonal pregnancy cry. The first one I would say is we're in the third trimester. We're in the home stretch. We got 1 month and 14 days left. How are you feeling with all of that?
Nervous, excited, scared, terrified. That's basically scared. Ready, not ready, all the above.
That being said, one of the things that's kind of unique about our pregnancy that not everybody does is we are not finding out the gender until the baby pops out. And I can't take credit for this idea. I actually fought pretty hard against it, but this is a total Bob thing. This is one of the many amazing ideas he's had, but
Life gives you very true, real surprises. This is one of them. Why not have some fun with it?
yeah, and have fun with it we are. We've got the cutest gender neutral clothes, which by the way, even if you find out the gender, totally recommend doing because now all our future kids are set till up to the 6 months. With that, what are you thinking right now? We have a lot of different kind of factors going into the guesses that we're making. We've had strangers come up to me and tell me based on the look of my bump, it's a girl or a boy. I've only actually ever gotten girl from that.
So I'm guessing team girl, Lainey.
Yeah, I think Bob's destined to be a girl dad. He wouldn't mind being a boy dad. He does all the hunting, fishing, all of that good stuff, but he's got such a sweet heart and he would be the best dad to a little girl. And so if that's what God blesses us with, I could totally see that being the reasoning.
Son, by the way, so Lincoln, if you're in there, there's nothing wrong with you coming out either.
And also, with that being said, those are the names. I haven't announced them on the channel, but
Leaked.
we have Lainey Jean for a girl or Lincoln John, both pretty much the most American names ever. But super cute. We fell in love with them within a month of knowing I was pregnant, I think.
Not planned at all, but they have the same first and second initial. Or I guess all three. They do have all three.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're both LJNs.
I know. And so the nice thing is we've been occasionally referring to the baby as LJ because, oh my gosh, I just burped. I'm gonna have to cut that out too. I have cut out so many burps from filming.
It's okay.
I feel like I wish people knew how much burping was a part of pregnancy because I didn't know this. And I've read in all the books and it's like, yeah, you burp a lot. Hi, we're back. If I had no say in it, if like it was your way or the highway, if it was a girl, what would you name them? And Lainey's not on the table. I'm talking names, they could be ones I hated.
Alina.
Alina. Oh, I love that name.
Willow.
Love that name.
I still love that one.
I had a chicken named Willow. She got eaten by a fox, so kind of ruined the kid name for me.
Wait for that name.
R.I.P.
I like Fable.
Oh, that is a
I
good
still
one.
really like Fable.
By the way, these are free to use if you want any of them. We're not using them,
Fable
so
Rose.
jump on it.
Fable
Fable Rose.
Rose.
That's a great name.
Pretty cool.
That's a pretty cool name. Pretty cool kid. I would say my big one, I remember I begged for you to like it, was Eloise. I love the name Eloise. It reminds me of like a little French girl. Am I French? No. Am I gonna dress my girl up in little lacy dresses? Also no. However,
To the two Eloises watching this, I'm so sorry. Nothing against you personally.
I think you're sick.
It ain't for me.
You should subscribe just because of how much I like your name.
Hate subscribe against me.
If it was a boy, any names? Any
Other than
contenders?
Lincoln,
Yeah,
I've never thought past that.
I
The second that I
know.
heard that, I knew that was my son's first name.
He knew that before
My
he
first
knew
son's
me.
name. Words are hard.
Like he had that name picked out on deck before I was in his life.
Sick name.
It is a sick name. It's
Strong.
good, it's strong. Love Lincoln, love the name, love Link as a nickname as well, super cute. I had one. Mine was Samson. I liked Samson. It's a strong, good biblical name. I also like the name Sam. I think it's neat.
The number 2 character, like the side hero that always helps the main hero.
We're not bringing up Lord of the Rings.
Well, it's more than just that. But yes.
Again, Sam, if you're out there, I don't think you're just a side character. I think you're pretty neat. Neato burrito, in fact, on the neat scale.
Team Sam too.
I think that was all the ones I have. Do you have any questions for me regarding the pregnancy or third trimester, how things are going?
How are you feeling?
Well, I feel like I've been feeling pretty good about the whole thing. And then in the last week, as soon as I went in for the non-stress test, and I actually was in the hospital with the monitors on, by the way, go watch that vlog if you haven't, it hit me how real it was, because those are the same doctors that might be in the delivery room while I'm like naked, popping out a baby, and same nurses, it's the same delivery unit, and now that I'm going there weekly, it's just become very real. I've started having dreams about the baby as well. Like, I don't see the baby's face or anything, and sometimes the baby's actually kittens, which is, I don't know.
She knows.
I don't know the gender. I'm gonna put this here. I've sworn on my mother's life. I've sworn to God. I've sworn to everything good and holy. I don't know. I have no idea. I have intuition. I have mother's intuition. I feel like it's a boy, but also all of my family have girls, so we'll see.
And all my family has boys, so it's a total roll of the dice.
It's a total roll. And also, it's always a roll of the dice. It's always 50-50, but we've been reading into like school theory and going on Reddit and doing all the crazy things that we could probably just not do if we opened any of our test results, but we're not gonna do it. We're gonna wait till that day because I need some kind of incentive to push this baby out of me, especially knowing it has a huge head.
Yeah.
Again, thanks, Bob. Yeah, I think that's all. I'm gonna dig into the soup. I'm gonna dig into this bread. I think I'm also going to close out the vlog because I am tired as, I don't want to curse on this channel, but I'm very tired. I'm very tired. And I think I actually might get some sleep tonight. Oh, that's a big thing. A couple vlogs ago, you might know, I was not sleeping. Like, I was on the recliner. I think Bob even noticed. There were some nights I just would get up and like not come back to bed.
Yep.
And now I'm in the bed again, which is awesome. But the only thing is, like, every 2 hours, I'll just sit straight up. And it's awesome because Bob, in his sleep, like, sleepy little Bob, will push me up and let the acid reflux go back down, and he'll lay back down.
You don't remember any of that?
No. Bless his heart. I remember one night.
Can you sleep me?
Very sleepy. One night, I have so many pillows on the bed that I had pushed Bob in my sleep by sprawling out and using all my pillows to like the edge of the bed, this little crevice, and woke up at 2 a.m. with acid reflux, and I noticed Bob wasn't there. So I searched the whole house and I got so panicked. I like in my head was like, oh my gosh, I need to call the police. Maybe Bob got kidnapped, going through all of the most irrational things. And I went back to the bedroom and this poor man was like clinging to the side of his bed in the sleep. Just because I don't know, I'm a wreck. I'm a wreck with sleep, but no longer. Now I'm kind of sleeping. I'm getting at least 6 hours a night. Not consistent, not like in a row, but I'm getting them, and I'm less of a grumpy person.
I'm cool with that.
We're all cool with that. Anyways, that's enough for today's vlog. I'm so happy you joined us this Sunday. I had a great time hanging out with you guys, and I will be back later this week for another video. I've got appointments, tests, all of the crazy pregnancy stuff. And of course, I also have Frank, my cute dog. So stay tuned for that as well. All right, love you guys. Bye.